So I build electric guitars, and when I'm not doing that, I'm doing band stuff or listing stuff on eBay. I don't really have any spare time to earn any extra pocket money. So I figured I'd just Truman Show myself and pimp out my privacy. This is Last Chance Arcade. Well, hello there. Or welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back if you've been here before. If you've not been here before, hello there. How do you do? This is the 8th time I've sat down to do this, which means one thing. It means I've completed episode 7. It means I've done this for an entire week now, and it's starting to come into my routine quite nicely. My question for today is, how long until YouTube's going to notice that I'm putting in all this effort? And honestly, I'm not expecting YouTube to take any notice of me whatsoever at any given point. But I've had a few people take notice. I've had a few likes, a couple of comments here or there. That's way more than I was expecting at this point. And I got a comment last night that was really nice. I really enjoyed it. It was very motivating. And yeah, it totally set me up for today and made filming a lot more pleasurable, knowing that, you know, somebody out there's enjoying it. So I'm going to keep doing it. So YouTube might not notice me, but a few of you guys are.
Scooby the big one uses.
You know, I'm over the moon with that, to be honest. YouTube, on the other hand, how are we going to get... I think I've got to put in some effort into a bit more marketing, maybe. Some shorts, some... Well, they've got like a checklist, hasn't they? If you watch any kind of big channel, they all do the same stuff. They all talk the same way, intro the same way, a little teaser at the beginning of the episode of something exciting that happens in the middle of the episode. I can't do that because I haven't got anything exciting that happens at any point in my episodes. So I'm just gonna have to keep doing what I'm doing. I guess I'm making it as, like I said before, it's a solo project. It's not a grift. It's not. I don't believe that this is going to make me any money anytime soon. Hopefully in the future, maybe, I don't know, best case scenario, a year. Sorry, I'm playing with a little thing there. It's kind of probably coming through on the audio. Yeah, like a year's time, maybe. I've built up a few homies that are coming by regularly to listen and join me for my day. But until then, I'm just going to keep cracking it out. I mentioned yesterday, or possibly the day before, like a lot of the stuff that people do in their lives, it goes unnoticed by a lot of other people. You know, you do something good at work, your boss doesn't come over and say, you know, you've done that way better than anybody else. You know, here's a little ounce of respect. You don't usually get that, and you don't usually get it at home or, you know, in the band or anything like that. So you've got to kind of come to terms with being unnoticed. I'm assuming that a lot of people who spend most of their time on YouTube are in that boat anyway. You don't get this deep into the internet without a lack of real life kind of general weirdness, which is fine. That's how we bond, isn't it? All the weirdos stick together and all the so-called normies pretend to have a nice time with each other. It's all about being the weirdos, in my opinion. We are the weirdos. We are the soul of the internet, I would say. Other than the bad side of the internet. I think most of the internet's just like porn and nonsense. But for YouTube, it's just kind of parasocial freaks like myself that go around commenting on other creators' videos like it's going to make an impact. I say that, I've just fucking said that a comment that was left on my video yesterday made an impact, so I guess it doesn't. Maybe I'll keep doing it. I think at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if YouTube notices you or not. Like, my whole thing that I'm trying to preach is be creative, make things that you're proud of. Even just make things. Keep making them until they're at a point where you can be proud of them. Like, I found that a lot in my personal life. Like, I love drawing. I used to always draw. When I was at school, I wanted to build guitars. Here's a little tale for you. Always wanted to play guitar. Got one. Obviously couldn't play it. And I got it home and I just started taking it apart. I took apart all the, the strings and the bridge off it. Took the pickups out of it. I just broke it down into its individual pieces. And putting it back together was so fun. I was like, this is, if I can't contribute to music itself, I can contribute to the making of music itself. And that was the point where I kind of set my heart on building guitars. So I left school, I went to college, I learned joinery and just like general woodwork, and I left college. I did, humble brag, but I did all 3 years of that in 2, because I was like 19 and everyone else there was 16, and clearly their parents had made them go there, whereas I just actually wanted to. So I managed to do a thing. And when I went out into the real world, I had a connection. I thought I had a connection. Basically, one of my old friends, his dad, ran a music shop. And I went in there and I said, if I start building guitars, would I be able to hang them in here and see if they sell? And he just kind of went off on one. He called me stupid. He said that it was a dying trade. He said if I put my time and energy into this, I'd be bankrupt before I was like 30. He said it wasn't a good idea. He said that I was stupid for trying. So I stopped trying. I hung up the old chisel, I guess, and I started doing something else. I was like, what else could I do? What else job can I kind of play by my own rules and be creative? And I decided I wanted to do tattooing. So for a good year and a half, I started saving up for the machines. It takes a lot to get into tattooing. You can't just buy a machine and have a go. You've got to do a lot of research. The machines themselves are so expensive, and chances are you'll need 2 or 3 of them. All your inks. You need a thermal printer for the stencils. You need a bloody good iPad to be able to do all your line drawings and stuff. It was going to cost thousands, so I started saving up. And over the course of that year, I maybe had 1,500 quid. Maybe less than that, maybe £1,000. And every day I got home from my horrible job at Asda, and I just started drawing. I practiced hyperrealism, I practiced neo-traditional, and I just kept trying to get better and better. And then, well, sadly, some medical stuff happened, and long story short, I lost all the feeling in my hands. I had to essentially retrain myself to write, never mind draw. So that ambition went straight out of the window as well. But eventually, once I got better, I got back into work and stuff, and this opportunity popped up, and here I am. Look at me go. I'm living my dream. I'm being creative. I'm making guitars. I'm doing exactly what I said I wanted to do in school, and it's so fulfilling. I absolutely love it. I know that everybody can't do stuff like this. This is very serendipitous. It just fell in my lap. But one of the best things about the position that I'm in now is I can do this. I can try and do a YouTube channel like I've wanted to do for quite some time. I can bring my dog to work. I mean, the main thing, I can watch YouTube at work. You'll often see my phone in the background just playing something randomly. This week I've been binging all of the Games Master episodes of Rose Tinted Spectrum, which is, if you've not watched it, one of the best YouTube channels if you're, about my age. I'm from the UK, especially if you're from the north. But this is what you got to do. You got to keep following your passions, and it really doesn't matter if anyone notices you or not. It feels good when they do. It feels bad when they do and they don't like it. But at the end of the day, you're doing it for yourself. So I'm just going to dig up this humble quote about being unnoticed. As you can tell, I'm not a quote machine. I do Google a bunch of quotes and find the most appropriate one before I start recording these things. So this is the one that I found today. It's by the man himself, the big dog, the smiling golden boy, the Buddha himself. How many times do I want to say himself? So the quote is, Let yourself be open and life will be easier. A spoon of salt in a glass of water makes the water undrinkable. A spoon of salt in a lake is almost unnoticed. So, I guess, like I said yesterday, I've been spooning my salt into the tumbler of my ever-shrinking social circle. But now I'm dosing up the lake of YouTube with my sodium goodness. So, it turns out that you shouldn't put salt in a lake. Salt is a permanent pollutant in fresh water. It does not evaporate or break down over time. Even small increases in salinity can trigger a chain reaction that kills aquatic life, disrupts water circulation, and reduces overall biodiversity. So I might have to change today's quote. So I guess I'm gonna have to leave you with this one.
Okay, come on.
Give someone a fish, and they will eat for a day. Teach someone to fish, and you'd better hope they don't live near a body of water that's been tampered with by an enlightened bioterrorist.
Come on, Sleepy.
Bye.